I'm back! Yay! The last video I filmed and posted was back in August, so I know I've been overdue for a video, and I thought that today, while I got ready, I would update you on what's going on life-wise. I moved to Maryland, and it's been a win world. Oh my gosh. So I got a position at UMBC, and I moved in August. Packed my car, drove across the country to the East Coast, and lived in a, I'm gonna talk and do my makeup because I have a lot of things to do today. And excuse my hair and my everything. It's Sunday, so it's very low-key in these parts. But I do want to do a little bit of my makeup so that I can feel good here. So my mirror is over here, so I'll be looking this way a lot. And the only light I have right now is the light coming through the window, so bear with me. I did order a lamp from Target that is going to go over here, so I'll get light this way as well. But right now, I don't. I'm using my Dr. Brandt primer, if you want to know what I'm using, but more so I wanted this video to be an update of what's going on. So yeah, so in August, packed my car, a couple suitcases, as much as I could fit in my car, and I have a four-door sedan, so it's not like I have an SUV truck that I can really pack. My car is on the smaller side. So everything that I could fit in my car, I packed it and drove. Spent the night somewhere in Ohio, and then continued the next day to Maryland. And got here, I had reserved a Airbnb, and maybe I can put some footage of that, because I did take some footage of the place that I was staying at. And oh my god, my hair, every time I look at my hair, it's like a disaster. Anyway, I stayed at the Airbnb place for about 5 weeks. I had reserved it for a month. Really expensive, don't recommend, because really, really expensive. But I stayed there for a month, and then extended it for a couple more weeks. I think I extended it, yeah. So now I'm thinking, so that makes 6 weeks. Anywho, I think I had reserved it for 3 and extended it for 2 more weeks. After that, I didn't know where I was going, and fortunately a friend of mine offered to let me stay at her place, which was a godsend. And I'm going to use the It Cosmetics CC cream, because I want to use my beauty blender. And I've been using the Makeup Revolution stick foundation, but this isn't good with the beauty blender. You need a brush for that, and I really want to use my beauty blender today. So let's do this. So yeah, so the place I was staying at was my friend's place, and thankfully she was going out of town and she needed someone to look over her place, and so she offered for me to stay there while she is gone. She's still not back. She's back next week. So it was great because I could be there, have a place to live. And the reason why I hadn't rented a place was because I was looking for a place to purchase, and didn't find one, or found several, but really it was really hard to get Mike on board with buying, because he didn't want to buy to begin with. So every time I found a place that I thought would be a good option, Mike poo-pooed it in some way. And so that wasn't fun, to have those conversations via phone. And the thing is, I understand that he was hesitant because he couldn't see any other places. He wasn't here. So for him to he was relying solely on my take on it, and I really I had a different approach to it, you know, and so we had a lot of discussions on the phone about it, and I just don't like this thing right here in my hair. Anyway, we talked a lot about it, and finally decided, we found a house. We put I was gonna say a bid, an offer on this house, and we got it accepted. We negotiated everything. We went through the home inspection. The home inspection came back with a list of things that I'm using the Catrice liquid camouflage concealer for my under eyes, and a list of things that needed to be repaired, and the seller agreed to some, not others. The ones that he didn't agree to were crucial in Mike's eyes, and didn't the broker disappeared during the negotiation, which was very unprofessional, and it seemed like it was ill-intended. So we decided to back out of that, and lost about $1,000 worth of money that we had put into, not 1,000, like 700 or 800, that we had put into inspections. We had done the home inspection, we had done a sewer inspection, we had done a pest inspection to this house before we purchased it. So all of that money was kind of lost because we ended up not buying the house, and we pulled out, and that was it. So I saw some other places after that one, still thinking, okay, I still want to buy. Maybe that wasn't the house, but another one will be. And it wasn't easy. I found another one that a couple that I liked, but again, it wasn't easy convincing Mike and getting him to be, you know, gung-ho about it, because he would just say, okay, well, if you wanted to put an offer. But I didn't want to go through the whole situation again of putting in an offer, then having the inspection come back, losing the money, backing out. You know, I just didn't want to go through all that again. And at the end, I said, you know what? I'm renting. This is just way too difficult. We don't know where Mike is going to be working, or when is he coming anyway. So it was like, it's too much right now. So I went out looking for places to rent, and I debated living in the city versus living in the country, or in the county, how they call it, but it's the sticks. So I found a really nice place in the city that I really liked, but then I realized, you know, that was gonna not be convenient for the dogs, and I really wanted to have my dogs with me. There were moments where I was very lonely, and there were moments where I was very homesick, and just missing my boys, and missing my people, and missing my things, and missing my house, and everything. So I went back to Chicago during Memorial Day and spent 5-6 days there, and that was a little breather. I was still in the Airbnb place at that point. And then the next time I went back was to get my move, because I found a place in the county really close to work, and that's the place I decided to go with, because it was going to be a little bit friendlier for the dogs. So yeah, that's where I am now. So I'm already all moved in last week. It's been a week since I moved in, and I'm settled, and I am so incredibly happy to be settled, and to be so close to work, and that has me really, really excited. The commute is ridiculously close. It's like I could walk there, but no. It's not like a walkable place, but I could, distance-wise, I could definitely walk there. But it's just, you know, country roads and there's not sidewalks everywhere, and it's just, you know, not necessarily a walkable place. Oh, so I used the NYX banana powder to set my under eye concealer, and I used the Stay Matte Rimmel powder to set my foundation. And I'm using now the Catrice, what is this called? Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette. It has contouring powder, which is the one I use, and then it has this highlight that I never really use. I've used it a couple times, but I don't particularly like it, so I don't use it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm settled, I'm here. I live in the sticks, which I don't necessarily love, because I'm a city person and I kind of miss the action and the having things close by. Being able to walk out of my home, apartment, building, wherever it is that I live, and have things walking distance. I'm missing that. I'm missing that kind of life that I had in New York and that I had in Chicago, and I don't have it here because I don't live in the city. Had I gone with the apartment that I saw in downtown, I would have had that. But again, and they accepted dogs. It's just that it was a high rise in the city. So where was I going to take them out for a walk? You know, like, and how was that going to work? I don't know. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like. I loved it. I loved the building. I loved the amenities. I loved the location of it. But there was two things: one, the dog situation, and two, the commute. Because even though it's really close by, it's like 10 miles away, which is not a big deal in terms of distance. Those 10 miles could be 20 minutes without any traffic, or they could be an hour and a half with traffic. So I just, you know, I thought, no, I don't want to deal with traffic. I don't want to deal with the commute. You know, I'm here for work, and I want to be able to perform well at work, and I need the peace of mind of not having to deal with car issues, you know, transportation. And it did have a parking lot with a garage with a parking spot, but I have one here too. So the parking situation here, I just park in front of my townhome. Oh, because this is a townhome, it's not an apartment. So I have access to outside easily. I just open my door and boom, I'm out, right? So, which is going to be really convenient for when I have the dogs here. But boys aren't here yet. So the dogs are still with Mike. And he will be coming in Thanksgiving. I'm using the butter bronzer, and I just have the bronzer one, the first one that came out. It just said bronzer, and it suits me. It looks like it's going to be too light for me, but actually I think it suits me well. So when Mike comes for Thanksgiving, he's going to drive here, and he's going to bring the boys and spend Thanksgiving here with us, and then he'll go back to Chicago. He'll fly back. He's going to rent a car, so he's not going to bring his car, but he's going to rent a car, drive here with the boys, leave them here, and then fly back when Thanksgiving's over. So by that point, I will keep the boys, and that's going to be interesting. So that's another thing that's happening right now, is I'm kind of enjoying my time alone, settled and alone, because I know that after I have the dogs, my life is going to be different. They're two little munchkins, so they're not big dogs, but it's going to be difficult because they are demanding. They need to go for walks, they need to eat, they need to, and this, the other thing that's different here is it's a two-story, it's a townhome, so it's a two-story place. So upstairs I have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and then downstairs it's like a little social area where I have living room, dining room. I still don't have a full living room because I don't have a couch. That our couch in Chicago didn't fit here, so Mike kept it. And Mike is still in our condo in Chicago, so Mike kept the couch, and I need to purchase a new one. So, okay. So it has that living area downstairs. It has a kitchen and a half bathroom. And then through the kitchen, there's a sliding door, and you can go out to the back. And then there's the front door down next to the living area as well that you can go out to the front. So there's two ways to go outside, and both of those are down street level. So that's easy to take the boys out. And even though it doesn't have a fenced-in backyard, which was really something that I was looking for, I'm sorry, I'm shaking. I'm trying to clean the brush before I put it away, and I'm shaking the camera. The camera is actually my iPad, which is set on top of my jewelry, what do you say this? Box, my jewelry box. And it's just facing me on an angle while I'm trying to do my makeup and trying to update you on what's going on. So yeah, so I'm sorry if it's shaking a little bit. I'll try not to do that. In any case, so that's where I am at right now. And yeah, I think I'm going to, that buzzer is the laundry. I have a washer and dryer. It's downstairs in the kitchen, which is not ideal, which is kind of weird actually, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to pause you so that I can finish my makeup, check the laundry, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to use the Born to Run Praline by Urban Decay, which I had left in Chicago. I didn't bring this with me, so I just got it back. And I hadn't used it much to begin with. So I just used Weekender, like all over crease and all over my lid, and just all over, kind of to set. And then I'm going to use Still Shot one that's kind of, I've never used that. So I'm going to play with it and see what I come up with. But I am going to fast forward you through all of that, okay, so that you don't have to like watch me do everything. Okie dokie. So the eyes are done. That took me a solid like 15 minutes to do. That's ridiculous. Okay. Ridiculous. Okay. So let me tell you what I did. I used the Born to Run palette, and I used this all over my lid, and that is called Weekender. I used that all over my lid, and then I used this one over here that is called Still Shot in my crease to give that like orangey vibe. And then I used this teal, which is called Big Sky, on my lid, in the inner part of my lid. And then I kind of wanted to deepen the outer part, but I used this Baja color, which is orange. This is all out of my comfort zone. These are all colors I never would use, but I wanted to play with this and do something like funky, different. And then I realized that Baja color was just too orange. You can still see it there, but it's just too orange. And then, so I wanted to deepen that, and I went in with this color right here that's called Good Is Gone, the brown, and I did that. I deepened here, and I deepened in the lower lash line. So I have that big blue, it's a big blue, big sky, teal color. I'm trying to mimic on my lower lash line the same thing I had on my upper. So that's what I came up with. And I'm sorry the lighting is just very bad here. When I have my lamp that I bought, I'll be able to have better lighting. In any case, this isn't a makeup tutorial. This is about me updating you on what is going on with my life. So let me finish my eyebrows, let me finish my mascara, and I will get back to it. Look at my face. My face is a little bit crazy. My skin, I mean. Yikes. Okay, let me do my eyebrows and then I'll come back. I used my NYX Tinted Eyebrow Brow Mascara. For my lashes, I used the Essence Princess Lash Princess Mascara, and now I'm going to use a blush from LA Girl, and this one is in Just Be You, and it's a peachy color that I really like. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm going to do the Wet n Wild one. It's the Ultimate Brow Highlighter from Wet n Wild, and it's supposed to be for your, like, right here, but I use it for the waterline because Emily Noel recommends it for the waterline. This is the one she uses, and I bought it because she recommended it. Now I use it for that. And it brightens the eyes. So when I moved, I only brought the It Cosmetics mascara, which was on its last leg, and I brought this one. So after I threw out the It Cosmetics one because I finished it up, I've been using this one. So this one is on its last leg. I've just been using this one nonstop, and it's done. So I think this is probably the last time I use it. I just smudged right there. I need to clean that up. So yeah, I think this was a goner. But let's clean that up. Sorry for the lighting. Every time I move the mirror, the lighting shifts because of the window, the light that is coming from the window. But again, my intent was to update you on what has been going on in my life and not necessarily do a makeup tutorial, which kind of ended up being one. So I moved, I'm here, and I'm still getting used to it. I was gonna say I'm liking it. Well, I'm still getting used to it. I'm not liking it, like, in terms of where I'm living, you know, because again, it's very much the sticks. So that I don't love that. I miss the city and I miss city life. But what I am loving is my job. My job is the reason I moved here. I'm gonna spray my face while I talk to you guys. Spray my face and fan it so that it goes down a bit. What I am absolutely loving is my job. I moved here for the job, and I think accepting this job was the best decision I have ever made in my life. It is incredible the difference between this university and the university that I used to work at before. It's just ridiculous. It's night and I mean, I didn't know it could be this good because that's not what I had experienced in my last job. And on that same note, I didn't realize how bad my last job was. Now having experienced this one, it's just not the job per se is the same job, right? It's a teaching position in an academic institution. There's a lot of teaching and dealing with students and grading and all that part. The teaching part is pretty much the same. What is different is the people and the support and the focused on research and all the supports there are for research and funding and support for grant writing and grant submission. It's ridiculous, and it's the sky is the limit here. Whereas the place I was at before, I felt like I had to duck down to not hit myself with the limit that they were putting on me. So I felt like the past 8 years I was like scrunched down and like pushed down and not be able to grow professionally. Here there is no limit. It's just so way beyond that. The possibilities for growth, for professional growth, are limitless, endless, and I love that. I didn't realize that that was the case. You know, I didn't realize that that was even possible because of where I was before. I guess that it was the only place I had been in and working at, and I just didn't know anything else. And I realize now, just this thing was driving me nuts. So I realize now that how incredible the opportunities are in here, and all the things that I can do, and all the ideas that I have for research, for publications, for projects, for collaborations. All of it is possible here. Everybody's so excited. Every time I come up with a new idea of something that I want to do, everyone is so excited, so supportive, so on board, and offering me ways to fund it, or ideas of where I can get funding for it. It's incredible. It's just ridiculous. Whereas before, every time I come up with a new idea, it was, oh no, we tried that before and it didn't work. Or no, there's no money for that. Or no, you know, you need to focus on tenure and not, you know, worry yourself with these other things that you shouldn't be doing right now. So the reception, the openness to all of the things that I can do here is just beyond my wildest dreams. And I am just so happy about it, about the job, about the people that I work with, about all the support that I'm getting, about everything. And the fact that I chose to live in the county is going to allow me to be really close to work, which is what I came here to do. So I think it was a good choice at the end of the day in terms of housing and where I'm living, because it's what I came to do, and I think that living close is going to allow me to do that, and it's going to allow me to have my boys with me, or at least two of my boys, my furry boys with me while I do that, and I like that. I think that that's going to be good. It's going to be good for me professionally. I miss Mike. I miss Mike every day. Sometimes I miss him so much it hurts, but I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, please send positive vibes, that he will find a place soon to work here, and he'll be able to move, and at that point then we will look for a house to purchase. Again, this place I'm living at right now is small, so all my stuff takes up all of the closets, so there's no closet space for Mike, so he can't move in. And our furniture that is left behind in Chicago that Mike is using right now doesn't fit here. So, and it would fit if we bought a house and with, you know, like a basement and 2 living areas and all that jazz. So we'll see. That hopefully will happen sooner than later. I'm hoping sometime next year, I don't want it to go to the following year, but I'm hoping sometime next year Mike will find a place and he'll move, and we'll find a place to purchase, and we'll be all together again. In the meantime, the plan is he's coming in November, at the end of November, for Thanksgiving, and then he's coming back in December, and from here we're going back down to Miami to my parents' place for Christmas and New Year's, and then and that's it. We haven't, that's as far as we've planned, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and then I don't know what's going to happen in January and February. I'm going to have the dogs here, so I'm hoping that Mike will be able to make it here often, just to visit us and to spend time with us. Yeah, so that's it. I moved, I'm here, I'm settled. I'll give you a tour of the place maybe on Instagram later this week or sometime soon when I have time. Right now I'm catching up on work. I spent the entire day yesterday grading because I was so behind on grading for both of my classes. I'm teaching 2 courses, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm happy with the move. I'm happy with the decision that I made professionally, and I'm just hoping that Mike's work situation can resolve itself here quickly, and that he finds a job that is comparable and that he likes and that pays him as much as the one that he has right now in Illinois, and is able to come here, and we're able to be together again. But work-wise, this is the best decision I've ever made. So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you again soon. Bye. I totally forgot to tell you about the lipstick because I turned off the camera before I put it on. I'm using e.l.f. Praline, the old one, the old version that is not that brown, but it's a little more pinky. I love this, but it's gonna go, and I'm gonna cry because they don't make this one anymore. They make Praline and e.l.f., but it's just not the same color.